Say now on BBC One, and here's a man who knows all about talking.
Thank you, welcome. Welcome to Clive Anderson All Talk, and my first guest tonight is an actress and comedian who in the last few years has established herself as one of the most popular stars on British television. Equally successful teaming up with a magician's assistant, counselling the inadequate and living with a complete slob. Please welcome Caroline Quentin. So then, how are you?
Yeah, I'm very well, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, good, thank you.
Because you've just had a baby just a few weeks ago.
This is my first outing since I produced, Emily.
Emily, so
Yeah.
She's a girl, is she? I'm just guessing that.
Yeah, we're very traditional. 10 weeks ago. She was born 10 weeks ago, 10 weeks early. So, in fact, this would have been her birthday.
Oh, no!
Yeah, sorry.
We missed a scoop.
I know, sorry,
That'd be fantastic.
You missed the mess, actually,
Yeah.
what you mean.
10 weeks is very early, though, isn't it, for a birth?
Yeah, very early, but she's perfect and lovely and home and adorable. Yes. Actually, I was only thinking tonight, actually, because she's kind of a little bit bald and a little bit like this.
Yeah, all babies look like me, even some of my own, but
yeah, no, she's lovely, yeah.
But, no, so how did that occur if it was 10 weeks early?
You know how it's done, surely, Clive.
Only the early stages.
Yeah.
I think I've got that.
I was actually still filming Jonathan Creek. I was in the middle of my filming schedule. I had 2 weeks to go or something, and I've been filming in Derby, doing a sequence where I've been taken hostage by a young policeman. Oh, I shouldn't say that. That's the bloody plot.
Oh, no. Don't worry, nobody can follow the plot of the Jonathan Creek.
Sorry, I'd been filming, and then I was travelling back from Derby where we'd been filming, and I pulled up outside the pub next door to my flat, and then I thought, well, how embarrassing. I'm outside the pub and I'm actually wetting myself. And I hadn't, because I wasn't ready to have the baby for another 10 weeks, I hadn't got to the chapter that told you about that water spray thing. Right. So I said hello to everyone in the pub, standing there thinking, they'd have no idea what's going on below my waist. And then went up into the flat, and Emily was born 2 days later.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
But, I mean, so some pubs, I suppose, people wetting themselves is not that unusual, so perhaps they wouldn't notice, I don't know.
You're right.
Now, because you should have known roughly what to expect, because you'd played giving birth to a baby on Men Behaving Badly.
That's right, yeah.
Not long before.
No, that's right, the Christmas special, I'd had Gary's baby.
Yes.
Yeah, and I mean, acting it really is a joy compared to the real thing, I have to say. I'd act it again any time.
Well,
I tried to act it on the occasion. They said, no, you've really got to do it. But
now she's home, and people after, is that going to enhance, get in the way of your filming career, TV career, or how's it going to work?
Well, I've got a breastfeeder in a minute, so actually it might get in the way of this show tonight, because she'll be on any minute.
Oh, right, so...
Well, you've got it, haven't you?
No, that'd be good. To get an extra guest on and then interview is a first for me. Normally I'll lose them as they go along, but...
no, I don't know, Clive, to be honest. I don't know yet how it's going to affect things. At the moment, she's the centre of our universe, so... Right. You know, and I suppose things will work out around her, or they won't, and we'll have to come to another arrangement. But you know, she's the most important thing at the moment.
Now, you've mentioned in passing Jonathan Creek, and it's another series of that, which is a huge success. But you're kind of the Dr. Watson to the Sherlock Holmes. So, but you sometimes get a bit frustrated with that and think, oh, why can't I solve these?
No, I don't, because Alan gets all those really horrible speeches at the end where he has to wrap it up and tell you who was there and why and what the forensic people have said and the blood on the... And I just sit there going, well, I don't know. It could be. You know.
All right, well, look out for that one.
Well, the new series starts, and that's what I'm here to say, is on the 27th of November.
Right.
Yeah.
I know that the very first episode has a big part for a barrister in it. And,
yes, that's right.
And you gave that to my old friend Griff Rhys-Jones rather than coming to a real barrister.
Yes, how stupid.
Yes.
That hadn't occurred to me. Yeah, Griff's, he's very, very funny.
He's a very good barrister. He's a very good...
funny barrister.
Yes.
What we were looking for.
Yes, I see. Right. Excellent. Now, so this is just another, you know, Jonathan Creek is one of your many successes. I mean, you're really the sort of female David Jason, aren't you?
Thanks. That's very nice, I think. Yeah, it is very nice.
It's meant as a compliment.
Yeah, thank you.
And Men Behaving Badly was a big success, but a slightly raunchier, I suppose, sort of show, more traditional.
Yeah.
But you had a bit of sort of controversy over that, because when you first started, you were getting much less money. The girls were getting much less money than the men.
Less money, less jokes. That offended me first.
Yes.
Really. In the first series, I think the women tended just to do feed lines for the boys.
Yeah.
And you know, if you like doing comedy, that becomes a bit irritating after a while. So, you know, that improved, I think, as the series went on. And yeah, and the money got better too.
But there was some huge differential. It was like sort of 8 times the amount of money going to the...
Something like that, yes.
Which, I mean, I don't know how that would have arisen. That seems...
I don't know either. I mean, I think men tend to get paid more in our industry anyway.
Apparently, we're learning just this week, Steps are complaining as well, that the chaps in Steps get more money than the girls. Or...
That's really interesting.
Yes.
God, that's awful.
Yes,
because they don't really do much, the boys, do they?
They count the money, apparently.
That's right.
And you had another financial problem a few years ago.
Financial disaster.
You lost a lot of money. You had was it £400,000?
I didn't lose it, actually.
But it was owed to you. It was on your way to you. And did your agent get it, or do you not know where it's gone, or what?
Well, I think I have to be a bit careful what I say about it, because actually, would you believe, years on, it's still kind of... The union are now taking up the cause of this case, because not only myself but other actors were found themselves short of a few bob. What happened was that money was meant to be going into the agency account for me, and it went into the agency account and never made it to me. And
was your agent spending a lot of, you know, riding around a Rolls Royce and generally...
Actually, yes.
So there's a clue there, possibly, as to where the money...
Well, I didn't know. I was too busy working, earning the bloody money, wasn't I? I didn't know.
But it's very impressive that, you know, you're £400,000 down, but you didn't notice. That's... that's a tribute to some sort of success going on.
But it sounds as if I didn't know... Well, actually, I didn't know I had that money, in fact. What happens is, with certain things, particularly if you do a lot of voiceover work, which I do, you know, buy this, buy that, here's a lovely Ujis on the end of commercials.
Can I recommend an agent? That kind of stuff,
you get paid a set fee, and then what happens is you get paid repeat fees. But you have no idea how much you're going to get paid in repeat fees until the company that makes the commercial sends that money to your agent. So it is a matter of trust. Yeah. You know, when you employ an accountant or an agent, I'd been with this person for 16 years.
Yes.
And I trusted that they would be sending me money that was due to me. Now, I was listening, funny enough, to Frederick Forsyth on television today, being interviewed by Gloria Hunniford. Very well, actually.
Yes, yeah. She gets the top guess.
Yes, she does. And yes, you're right. And he was saying that he'd lost millions of pounds, apparently. And then there was Sting, and people always think, oh, how stupid that is, because they earn so much money they don't notice. But if you are very busy working, you do expect professional people to handle your affairs honestly. And to be trusting doesn't make you stupid or so rich that you don't care about the money.
Yeah. Now, do you enjoy the sort of attention you get from the press and the people speculating about you and things like that?
They do seem particularly fascinated in you know, whether or not I'm sleeping with someone, you know, whether I'm getting divorced, whether I'm going down the shops, you know, and I don't quite know why that is. And it's something that is quite tedious sometimes, particularly when things aren't great, you know.
Well, I suppose you're referring there to the fact, and this might be one aspect of it, you were married to Paul Merton, who is another very popular comedy performer. So that, and I think sort of the sum of two popular people is more than...
I think that's right. I think two for the price of one well-known people is just the press can't resist it.
Yeah.
When things were going... When we split up in that marriage, you know, as anyone that's been through any kind of separation or divorce, it's a really grim time. And what you don't want is people... you know, shining a light in your bedroom window and trying to take photographs of you. And
were they actually doing that? Were they literally doing that?
Yeah, yeah. And it was grim. Yeah. But, you know, that is what happens. That is part of the job. And I must admit, as the years have gone by, I cope with it better. It bothers me less.
Yeah. Is it too intrusive just to ask if you're... I mean, you're reasonably friendly with Paul, even though you've split up, so it's not like there's been mud flying around and court cases for the people who reported.
I think they'd have loved it if there hadn't been real... Yeah. But no, sadly, we're both, you know... we're friendly with each other, and and there's no bad feeling. So tough.
Because you used to pretend on Have I Got News for You you were having riotous affairs with Angus and Ian and everybody concerned.
That was a joke.
Well, Caroline, it's been lovely talking to you, but the members of the studio audience will have questions, I'm sure. So can you put your hand up for your question? Yes, lady there. Yes.
How did you actually get started in comedy to start with?
That is a good question, actually.
Yes.
Yeah. I've got nappy brain, I can't think of the answer.
Didn't you do a play in Edinburgh with Arthur Smith?
Thank you so much. It's exactly...
That's right. So, I know everything about you.
Yeah.
But you always wanted to do acting and stuff. You went to a sort of acting kind of music-y school.
I went to dancing school. I trained as a dancer and I did music there as well.
Yeah. And your mother sounds a bit of a character. In Reigate, she was riding around on a pony and trap. Yeah.
I think my mother's story, and whether or not this is true, I don't know. But she said my father lost his driving licence and she was so angry.
Yeah.
She went out and bought Dandy, who was the pony, and a trap.
Trappy, the trap.
Yeah, that's right. and the vicar used to ride around dressed as Santa Claus at Christmas.
You were brought up in Enid Blyton country, weren't you? Yeah. Any men with a question? We've had, oh yes, gentleman about. You see, you're being very British and diffident. Yes, sir.
Who was better in bed, Gary or Tony?
You see, and people suggest that men are just overgrown schoolboys.
To answer your question,
well, any time tonight will be fine. It doesn't really matter.
Tony.
It's a fictional world.
Tony.
You didn't presumably actually sleep with them. You just... Oh, I see. No, and is Men Behaving Badly, is that finished now?
That's finished for good, yeah. Simon Nye, who writes that, I think had enough, and I think, in fairness, we were fairly old Men Behaving Badly by the end of it. I think we'd...
Yes, Men Behaving Badly is funny, but old Men Behaving Badly is
hideous,
just, as I know, is rather sad. But anyway, thank you very much for joining us. Caroline Quentin. Now my next...